Good morning. How's everybody doing? It is Sunday, and normally I would be doing my sprints right now, but this is supposed to be my day off. So here I am. You'll have to excuse me. I'm going to be hitting the water here a lot. My throat is very sore this morning, so I'll have to be stopping to drink a lot of water. But I seem to be having this, whatever it was mom had is really hitting me. There's Diane. Good morning. Jesse, hello. Coffee in hand and ready to plan. Heffern's planner is ready for takeoff. Good morning, Rita, my darling. Coffee in my spooky mug and apples with cheese. Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. Yes, I know, right? It's like the ultimate snack. Good morning, Sarah. Got my planner, pens, and washi. Good morning, Melanie. Hello, Missy. Got tea in a notebook. Perfect. Perfect. Good morning to you, my darling Jody Jean, and Sherry as well. Mom is better. She's way better. Now it's my turn. So that seems to be the way that it's going. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you? So, this is just going to be very impromptu, kind of off the cuff. I have this is the monthly section of my happy planner that I use for my everyday. And what I thought I would do is I also have the Heart Breathings Google Calendar up and my own Google Calendar. So I can show you guys a couple of things that are kind of neat about, how you can plan out your Google Calendar. So what are y'all using? Just out of curiosity, are you solely paper? Are you like me and you're hybrid? You use both? I'm really curious to know how you guys plan, because I'm one of these people that, even though I keep my planner right next to me, my paper planner, I also end up putting a lot of stuff on top of it. So it's like, out of sight, out of mind, right? And I'm just getting rid of something something I didn't get done. It's supposed to be done on my November planner. I don't know if you guys are. Oh, I'm just looking for comments. There we go. Because StreamYard. Yay, Emma! The Erin Condren Hello Kitty spiral. That's amazing. There's Jenna. Hey, darling. I am actually going to be doing a planner, like what I'm going to be using for 2024, and like a planner walkthrough, probably mid-December. I have a couple of planners I'm waiting to come in that I'm going to be using for 2024 before I can record that. So let's see. Sarah, digital and paper. I plan the week digitally, then use my paper planner for my daily stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I plan out on my Google Calendar, and then I move it into my paper planner, which, I mean, I know I don't really need to do that, but it's fun, and I get to use my stickers and my washi and everything else, and it makes me happy, so why not, right? Melanie, primarily paper for personal stuff. I have to use digital for work. I have a separate Google Calendar that I share with the company that I do some work for. And all of that is on it is I block off when I'm not available. So they have access to that one. And then I keep my own personal Google Calendar as well. Google Calendar for specifics and monthly calendar for overall view. That's really awesome. Hey, Francis, thank you for coming. Read a paper notebook and a cheap planner/calendar, Trello for checklists, and Windows Calendar for all the sprints I attend. That's awesome. That's actually awesome. Jody Jean uses a planner and digital. Missy says, I'm all about the paper. I have my own version of the HB Inspired Daily Planner. Oh, that's nice. This is my first time, my first quarter or my first 2 quarters, I started using this back in August, this happy planner. It's my first time in about 4 years not using the HB90 planner. It's also my first time not using a full size 8.5 by 11 planner. But I'm finding that I like it, especially for the daily, because I like this vertical layout. And basically what I do is I go morning, afternoon, evening, right? And I really, really like that. So, and I like the size. I mean, my table holds a 8.5 by 11, but I really like the size of that. Sherry says, I have 3 for 2024, one for writing, one for everything, and then a daily to do. Weird, but it's been working. If it works, right? So I have my daily, which has all of my writing stuff in it. I will be also having another classic size happy planner in 2024 for my editorial calendar. So, YouTube, social media, all of this sort of thing. And then, of course, journals coming out my ears for everything else. So, yeah. I found a planner piece in a Hobonichi cousin in a company. I found planner piece in a Hobonichi cousin in combination with a Google Calendar. Isn't this amazing? Like how everybody has their own way of doing things, and it's totally different. And I love this. I love this. So I think what we'll do, darlings, is let's start. Oh, there's Lasanda. Hey, darling. Let's start by taking whatever monthly calendar that you're going to use or whatever, and start by identifying. God, you guys, I'm telling you. Identifying what days in November we know we're not going to be writing. Okay. And if you don't have anything coming up, give yourself a couple of days off. And, think about, like, for me, I'll probably give myself, like a Thursday and a Sunday off, though I am planning on doing sprints the last Sunday of November because it's NaNo, and I know that's like we're getting really close to the end there, so I want to be there for you guys to help you get your word counts in. So looking at my calendar now, I know y'all down in the States have Thanksgiving on the 23rd. So keeping in mind, like we were talking yesterday with Melanie about, not only is it the day of, it's the needing to recover. It could be travel, right? If you're going somewhere, it could be the day of, it could be the day after, or even 2 days after, if you need that time to recover from, like, the road trip or just peopling, so definitely give yourself the time there. So grab your pen, whatever pen you're using, and mark off some time for yourselves. Okay. So I'm going to mark off the US Thanksgiving, and then probably, and don't forget daylight savings time. That, I don't know about you guys, but not so much in the fall, but in the spring, daylight savings time, it takes me 3 or 4 days to adjust to the time change. I don't know why, but it is. So I think I'm going to also do the 12th, which is a Sunday. Now that I will be doing my sprints, but I'm counting off that day as being a day that I don't get any words. Okay. Rita's saying, in the past, I planned only in a bullet journal with no washi. No washi. I must say, I'm absolutely in love with this, you guys. I'm absolutely in love with these Yop and Tom bullet journals. They're So well made. So well made. Okay, so now that we've got our days that we know we need off, now we need to figure out what our word counts are. Okay, so I'm just grabbing my phone, my calculator. So I am writing 28 days. So 28 days, 50,000 words divided by 28 days gives me 1,785 words per day. I'm going to call it 86. And then what I'm going to do is I will put it up here in the notes section, okay, of my Happy Planner. 1786 per day. So because I like to give myself some space, my actual goal is going to be 2,000 words per day. Okay. Because my minimum has to be 1786, but I'm going to shoot for 2,000 words per day. So that tells me, because on a slow day, I will write 500 words per sprint. That tells me that I need to do 4 sprints per day to get to my 2,000 words. Okay. Let's see. Sherry's saying one birthday, fiance has a procedure, Thanksgiving, and a full day at the hospital with my sister for 6-month checkup and daylight savings time. Okay, so you've got 2 days there for birthday and your fiance's procedure. I don't know how many days you're going to need for Thanksgiving. I would give yourself an extra day just to be on the safe side, because if you end up getting a few words in, then it's gravy. And then the day to go with your sister for the checkup. Jenna was saying, I actually wondered if I needed to go back to legend planners for that bullet journal feel. These are $30 Canadian, so you know they're going to be cheaper. They're going to be cheaper in the US. But I mean, Jenna, there is like 150 pages in here. It's even got this great little pocket in the back where you can put your stickers and stuff. I love it. I love it. And then this one that I got has the same 180 GSM paper. And it's probably 100 pages. And that one was, I think, 17 or 18 bucks US or Canadian. So definitely could go with something, but I know how much you love your legend planners. They say girl math is a thing. Nano math, on the other hand, right? Lasonda, I have to go out of town for a book event next month. I'm taking 3 days off. See, this too, plus Thanksgiving, right? So your daily word count is going to be a lot higher. Emma, I will do my best to take some days off, but I know myself, it can be a challenge, because I find it so much fun to write. But this is it. You know yourself, right? Like, I know myself that I will not write every day. I know I have to give myself that buffer of the extra, 100 or 214 words a day, to give myself that extra buffer, because there will be a morning or two while I will wake up and I'll be like, you know what? I just don't have it today. And that's why I work that extra buffer in besides my days off, because I could write every day. That's not an issue, but I know I'm not going to do it. Rita, I have mostly half days for library programs, birthday celebrations. Those library days, I'm going to be sewing my t-shirt blanket finally. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. So much fun. So Lasonda's working on draft 3, so only 35K. Okay, then you probably will be fine there, right? Melanie, not going anywhere for Thanksgiving, but have that Thursday, Friday, and the following Monday off. The question is if parents come up. So using those buffer days depending on plan for it. Plan for the worst, hope for the best, right? So plan for it. And if you get writing in because they don't come up, then you're just that much further ahead. Jesse says, I've got 4 days away from the 10th to the 13th. Honestly, a little worried about losing motivation by the time I get back. And this is where you hit sprints. This is a good segue. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Let me bring up, I'm going to bring up the harp. I'm not so sure that you guys are going to be able to see this. I don't know if it's going to be too small or not. But this is the heart breathings sprint calendar. Okay. And we're down here. Today's the 29th. So if you look, the very first day of NaNo, there are 4 sets of sprints going on. So it's all going to depend on what your schedule is. Okay. So if you're working a 9 to 5, you're not going to be able to obviously come make it in with Kay and Angela, but you would be able to make it in with me. Maybe if Jen, unless you need to go to bed early. Keep in mind, please, these times that you're seeing are not Eastern times. They are my time zone. So you need to deduct an hour off of this if you're for the Eastern time zone. Yes, Jenna, plus replays. And we talked a little bit about replays yesterday. And I know, Jesse, that you were saying that you are like me, that replays that just don't do it for you. But I will get that that Google Calendar link that Devin Cutting and Kat Leo did for like the YouTube sprints up on my website by the end of the day. I'll probably do it right after this. And I think it's already up there. I want to say it's already up there, but there are always sprints going on. This is just the heart breathings end of things, okay? So look at the heart breathings calendar. Yes, please, Jenna, if you could do that, and then you guys can bookmark that so that we can, so that you can work that into your calendar. So look at the sprints that are available to you. Think about what your average word count per sprint is, and then deduct 100 words from it. And the reason that I say this is, again, giving yourself as much buffer as possible. Normally, I write between 650 and 700 words per sprint, but I only account for the fact that I can write 500 because I never know if it's going to be, if it's a hard scene and it takes me, you know, like it takes me 2 sprints to get 500 words, but then the sprint after that, I get 750 or 800. And, you know, so for me, it's a low ball average. Okay. There's the link. Thank you so much, Jenna. And yeah, the heart breathings is also included in this link as well. So taking a look first and foremost at what sprints you can get to during the week on a regular basis, how many words you can get for each sprint minus that 100. Okay. And then work that in. Lasanda saying, I write on the slower end, I can get an average of 300 words per sprint. So you might want to say, Lasanda, that you're going to do 250 words per sprint, just to give yourself a little wiggle room. I find that has been a lifesaver for me when I do NaNo, because like I said, there's some days that the words just aren't flowing. There's some days that I'm tired. There's some days I don't write at all. And I haven't worked that buffer in those 2 days that I say I'm going to take off. So, you know, give yourself some more wiggle room there. So yeah, like Rita says, she hand writes, so averaging about 300 words per sprint, but sometimes only 2. So I would go low, Rita, if I were you, and say 2. I would definitely do that. So once you get that figured out, you get these are the sprints that I'm going to be able to go to, or even just, okay, so I know that I can go to pajama sprints, Wednesday night, and it's 4 sprints, so I can get my 2,000 words in there. And allow yourself that on your calendar. And then comes time to think about things like Double Down Day, where we're having back-to-back-to-back sprints. Now, we're not seeing it on this calendar yet, and we probably won't until Wednesday or Thursday, but they generally tend to be the same all over. So if you go up to this one up top here, just for planning purposes, and you can see what's available, okay? So that can be a day that you could put in that, okay, instead of doing 2,000 words, I can do 4 because there's all these sprints for me to go to, okay? But we only have one of those during NaNo. So the virtual writing retreat was last weekend, so we're not doing the virtual writing retreat again in November. And always keep your eye out too for extra sprints, because I know that some of us tend to like to run extra sprints. Like somebody, like yesterday, Jenna did pop-ups, right? Somebody could be doing pop-ups, especially if they have to cancel out in sprints. Like say for instance, Wednesday rolls around and I've had no voice. I might have to cancel sprints, but then as soon as I'm feeling better, I'll do a pop-up just because, So if you figure out, find those days. Like for me, I'm going to share my Google Calendar with you. So for me, this is my next week, and you can see here, I love this is why I love Google Calendar, because I love to be able to color coordinate everything, and I can tell at a glance that that I'm working Monday and Tuesday morning. I've got Planathon next week. For those of you who aren't aware of Planathon, that's Amber McHugh, and she does have a Facebook group, and it's a free thing. And I think it runs 4 days. It might only be 3, but I put 4 on here just to be on the safe side, because I couldn't remember if it was 3 or 4 when I was doing the schedule up last week. And as you can see, I haven't finished my schedule. But and the thing I like too about Google Calendar is that you can change it so that it has a Monday start to match, it matches my Happy Planner as a Monday start as well. So, but you can see here that all of this here, this is NaNo stuff, all of the dark blue. So for the first week, I am likely to not be working on Vengeful Soul. And then the week after that, starting on Sunday, I will be heading out to the hotel, and I will be staying there. So I've got all of these, and I will work on Vengeful Soul while I'm there. If you can get away, even if it's getting away to Starbucks, I know down in the States, you guys have that Panera Bread, where they allow you to go in there and sit for hours, something like that. Mark that on your calendar. Mark it on your calendar as a way that you're going to get your words in. Rita says, can you get notifications through Google Calendar on your iPhone? I don't know. Any other iPhone users here that can answer that question? I'm not an iPhone user. I'm going to go back into the replay because I forgot this was going on. That's all right, sweetheart. That's all right. There's KL. One of these days I'll make it here on a Sunday when you start. This is not regular sprints, KL. We're doing a NaNo planning session, and we started about 20 minutes ago. So, okay. So KL says that you can get Google Calendar notifications on your iPhone. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm stuffed up. So yeah. So blocking off the time on your calendar and holding that commitment that, for instance, here, I'm going to be at the hotel, but I know I have to get my admin stuff done first thing in the morning. And I also know that I will not be able to get any words in. But by the time 10 o'clock rolls around, I'll have enough coffee in my system that I'm going to commit 2 hours to get my 2,000 words in there. And then I'll take a break and I will have some lunch. I'll use the gym at the hotel just to keep my body moving. And then I'll come back to it for another 2 hours. So the idea of blocking off time, be realistic about it, gang. Seriously, be realistic about it. I know we all want to think that, the first week I'm going to write 10,000 or 20,000 words, but that might not happen if you have a day job and family responsibilities, right? I think you might have to download the Google Calendar app on your iPhone in order to get notifications. Yes, I don't think you can go web-based with it. That just makes sense. That just makes sense. I really like the color coding option. I wish they had more colors because that's pretty much all they have. It would be nice if they had more colors, but I will take it. Let me see, right? I do too, because I can glance at this calendar and purple is admin and coaching. So I can glance at it and know that this week I don't have any coaching clients. Okay. I can glance at it and know that I have basically scheduled myself for self-improvement and professional development. These are my times. I put in here self-care. That's usually me vegging out in front of the television set. That's part of my self-care. I can see what days that I'm working for Windstorm. So, and then blue, these are people's sprints. My sprints, everybody else's sprints. And just so you all know, Rita's channel launch, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Be there. Miranda's Cauldron on YouTube. That's going to be awesome. She's been working so hard on that. Love you, Jenna. I'm glad that you're getting some ideas out of this. Yes, definitely check out the app. I'm sure they have the app there. You can make it more colors. They have a color wheel. Get out. I did not know this. They have a color wheel. I'll have to go look at that because I just found out this morning about how to change it to a Monday start. So for those of you who are interested in having a Monday start, it's super simple. You just click on the settings menu and you come down here, view all options, and start week on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Okay. So that's super, super simple. I do use, for your bill paying, green is owed and red is paid. There you go. I only use red for stuff I need to slap myself in the face with, like things like doctor's appointments and stuff like that. Yes, here is Rita's YouTube channel. If you guys want to pop over and subscribe, I apologize. Rita's planning on some pop-up sprints for November. Excellent. 8 p.m. Eastern, right, Rita? October 31st. Be tarot draws too. I'm excited. I'm actually going to stay up late for this, Rita. Just saying. So once you get that figured out, what sprints you can go to and blocking off of your time, then it becomes easy to plan week over week because the schedule, the sprint schedules are all the same. So planning your November week over week is super simple once you get that first preliminary, stuff figured out. But let's talk a little bit about planning life, because we can plan our writing all we want, and then something's going to happen. Because it does. Every year, something is going to happen. Excuse me. So let's see. Everything is in Eastern time. Yeah, because the world runs on Eastern time. And I'm sitting over here on Atlantic time, and I'm from a province that is on the half hour. Newfoundland's on the half hour. Hot mess, hearty moments happen. I think that we are actually getting a t-shirt that Sarah was saying she's going to open up a merch store, and I think we're actually getting a hashtag Hot Mess Hardy's t-shirt. You can use hex codes to create custom colors for each calendar. I love this. So you can hold it to your my branding for Lang Walsh is completely different from my branding colors for Melissa Power. I love that. Okay, go to my calendar, pick the calendar you want. Okay, so this is my calendar. Click the 3 little dots beside it. Where am I? I'm already there. I guess maybe I am not seeing it. I am not seeing it, KL. But that could be partly because of my screen not being full screen. Okay, take my money, right? Okay, so I'm not getting this right. We'll wait and see if KL can guide the fuzzy brain for me today. So have you guys worked on your I know that not everybody has this, but I'm going to assume that everybody has the Preptober workbook. Planning out your meals, your snacks, food prep. We all know the drill, right? Okay, over on the left side. This calendar. This one. Oh, there is more. There's a lot more. And then you can add a custom color. Look at that, you guys. How cool is that? Oh, I'm going to have to do that. Thank you so much, KL. Thank you so much. So now you guys get to plan and play. And that's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So one big thing for the time saving is obviously the meal planning and the meal prep. So one thing that I like to do is the snack trays. We were talking about this yesterday, the bento boxes with cheese and kielbasa and grapes. And then I do another one that when I'm feeling like I need something really sweet, it has a little bit of chocolate, like Pocky or something like that. That's easy to eat at my desk. And then like berries, which I know can get really kind of expensive this time of year, but Costco is wonderful. So let's see. Reasons for digital only. For people doing digital only, I like to put word goals every 4th day or so, and you can use it for tracking. Yes, yes. That's right. You are not sprinting this coming week. I think I took you off of, I did not. There we go. Take that off of there. So yes, Diane is off for a much needed trip to see her littles. And no, she's not. So I took her off. All the colors, right? I'm excited now. I'm super excited. I'm way more excited than I need to be, but I know it's safe to be that in this space. So under the October dates, go to my calendar. If you scroll over the calendar name, 3 dots show up beside it. So if you do it like this, and then it says options, right? And that's where you can go in. There's extra colors in here. And then you can click on that. You can put your hex codes in here, or you can just drag these puppies around and it gives you the hex codes, which is awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So does anybody have any questions at this point? For those of you who are not on Sarah's mailing list, I would strongly suggest that you do so, if for no other reason than to get access to her resource library. Plus, you get all of the cool stuff for, heart breathings. So if you go to her website, heartbreathings.com, you can sign up for her newsletter there. And in the welcome email, there will be a link to the resource library. I mean, this Preptober workbook, look at the number of pages in this thing. It has everything you need in it. Everything you need in it. Word count trackers in the whole 9 yards, notes pages. I'm kind of obsessed with Sarah's notes pages, and I don't really know why, but I print off these notes pages and use them for everything. I just love them. I think it has to do with how much space is between each line because I write really big. But so it has a meal planner in there. It also has a schedule. It also has a schedule in here. And I really like this schedule. And it's usually how I brainstorm out my my schedule before I put it into Google Calendar. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but see here, at the top, it gives you breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack, and then your writing schedule down there. You could put in, people's sprints, how many words you need to get, all of that sort of thing, right? Do that too with the notes pages, right? I think it's just, I like your dot grid too, but I think that with the notes pages, it's the amount of space that's in between the lines that does it for me. And I use them for everything from brainstorming to my grocery list. Just love it, love it. So how are you guys doing so far? Getting some planning done? Let me know where you are. Let me know where you are. Tracy, the revised writer, has her plan with me this afternoon as well. Let me see where she is. Pulling up. Look, there's Kay. Where's my list? I don't like this new layout. I don't like this new layout for YouTube. If somebody wants to, Jenna, if you want to pop the link, or Jody Jean, if you've got it there, because that'll be another, good chunk of time that you guys can plan. So monthly planning first, work it out. Even like you can go online and you can get, I think it's called freecalendars.com, where you can download just a monthly calendar. There's Tracy's. She will be having her plan with me this afternoon. I think it's usually 3 p.m. Eastern, I think. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and I probably am. But that will be another good chunk of time. I will most likely be joining her, because normally I do my weekly planning during my own sprints, which didn't happen today. So questions, comments, ideas, suggestions, please put them in the chat. 6 p.m. Eastern. No, that's her sprints. That's her sprints. There we go. Planning is now at 6 and sprints are at 2. Okay, so that needs to be changed in the Heart Breathings calendar, because her plan with me stuff isn't attached to Heart Breathings. So that's going to need 3 p.m. Eastern, and her planning is at 6. Okay, she switched them recently. Okay. Stickers, all about the stickers. Was there just a Procrastiplanner just recently had a sale, which I didn't partake of. So dangerous. Well, I'm glad that you got some use out of it, Emma. I really am. You're so welcome. What we'll do, if you guys want, is Wednesday. If you guys maybe want to spend a sprint talking about planning or anything like that, I will throw a poll up on my YouTube channel. Okay, because we can spend one sprint talking about planning or anything that's you guys need to kick off your Nano properly, like maybe the first sprint, and then we'll buckle down to get writing done. Okay, so let me know as soon as we're done, I will put that poll up in my community tab, and you guys can let me know. So, my darlings, if there's no more questions, I think we'll probably end it there because I'm losing my voice. big time. It's hard to swallow. So please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Okay. I use so many stickers. Right. This is it. And the fact that she does the collaboration with Sarah, I mean, double down day stickers, virtual writing retreat stickers, all of that good stuff. So much fun. So much fun. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And for those of you who are interested in some one-on-one coaching, you can hit up my website, melissapowercoaching.com. Discovery calls are always free, and I always give you good takeaways. Would love to help you guys get along on your journey here. You are so welcome, Melanie. So welcome. Love you, Jenna. KL, got them all, right? I've got them all. I have a whole section in my sticker book that's just procrast planner. It's kind of crazy, but all right, my loves. Love you guys to bits, and I will see you all Wednesday night. Take care of yourselves.